Is it really possible?
Well, there's
Hiro's still freaking out.
Ghost! Scoop! Where are you?
Broken wristwatch, alright.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was really alive? No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us? Hifumi's dead body had just been found. They keep blocking the friggin' text, and that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about it? Maybe the announcement was intended as to signal someone else's discovery.
They keep blocking!
Yeah, I think they're doing that on purpose.
Uh-huh.
Alright. Okay, not there then.
What does that have to do with it? Or do you just not know what you're doing?
I need to think about it one more time. There must be a contradiction there somewhere.
Oh, jeez. We're gonna have to copy the... We are probably...
Tricky one here.
So, copy someone else's discovery and make it the dead body announcement?
Yeah, maybe, yeah. There we go. I keep thinking I have to use the evidence it gives me.
The game gets these.
Was the body discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
Maybe, but that was also the same time that Justice's body was found.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
So there's a good chance we've made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
First of all, if the two bodies had been found, there really should have been two announcements. Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one. What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment? Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't give too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
No, actually, that was plenty.
Huh?
He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time, which means even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again. If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Huh? Later on?
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice. The second body discovery announcement. The first time it played was when we found each body in the nurse's office in the equipment room. The second time was when both bodies were rediscovered. Or was it just after Hifumi came back to life? Fuck.
Well, I think
We heard it a second time in the repository when we rediscovered the two bodies. Ding dong, ding dong. Body's been discovered. It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
Then in reality, when the two dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
So when we found Hifumi for the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead. Meaning he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
And that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
Oh, I know. Because he was super good at playing dead. Bada bing, bada boom.
That is the worst logic I have ever heard.
Screw you.
But honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he is still alive.
Okay, then let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body. Wait, which time are we talking? It should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
The whole thing is pointless.
There has to be proof that shows Hifumi was still alive. I have to find it and show it to everyone. Hifumi's glasses. Alright, let's read, everybody. Well, here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office. And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
The next time we saw his body, it was in the repository. But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved, I couldn't tell the first
Yeah,
words
I
he was saying
couldn't
because they were
tell
all
you what it was
free.
even saying.
Other than...
Was he really still alive? Of course not. It's impossible. This is ridiculous.
Celeste, you're doing a really bad job at defending yourself. That's it. I think that point where we couldn't see what the hell was being said is where I have to shoot this.
Yeah, definitely. Other than the change in how it was positioned,
Oh, other than the change in how it was positioned.
there was no notable difference.
We didn't have to shoot the pigs.
Haha. Fuck you, pigs. In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository. His glasses. That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead at the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
I'll fill you with bullets. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless. And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can. The evidence I found in the trash can in the nurse's office was...
The blue tarp. No.
It was Yasuhiro's message! It was a
Slowly but
glasses
surely
cleaning
getting
cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot. One look at the blood stain on the cloth should make things clear. This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean. And the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right? And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course. The character was Princess Piggles from Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think. I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
I see your point. The only people here who wear glasses are... Oh, and be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi. So what you're saying is... what exactly? What I'm saying is, the blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Even if that is true,
Whoops.
it is not...
It doesn't mean he wiped it off himself. My finger rested on the button too much. But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses' owner?
That's a good point.
Then it must have been him, right?
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead, then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see. Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible, wouldn't you say?
But then, if he was just pretending to be dead... What was with all that blood? Was it paint or something?
The fridge in the nurse's office contains packs of blood for emergency. He probably used one of those. He figured if he was going to play dead, he should go all out. So he just dumped it everywhere. But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done. God, what an idiot.
That, like, moon on the wall behind her makes it look like she has tilted horns.
Oh, wait. The courtroom's appearance. It's like, what's a moon is like a celestial body, right?
A moon is a celestial body, yeah.
I think that was pretty much a hint towards who the killer is supposed to be.
I mean, doesn't the courtroom always look like this?
No! It changes each time!
Oh.
Huh.
Don't you remember the first time it was red and stuff?
I did not. Anyway, read the thing.
Anyways, and if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body could easily explain. It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
The one who moved Taka's body was... Taka himself, because everyone comes back from the dead!
No, sadly.
I want justice back. It could only have been Hifumi.
So do I.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
The door was locked.
Well, after the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked. And the repository door can only be locked from the inside. Which means when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body in there.
He convinced all of us he was dead. And then he saw his chance. And when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
But that means he took part in the murders.
I just can't believe it.
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
There's more?
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest, pointing to his involvement, has yet to be revealed. You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took off Taka's lifeless body.
The thing that Hifumi stole from Taka. Could it be?
That one.
Yep.
We're slowly getting our heart back.
You're talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you? Hidden note? That's right. He found it stuffed in his pants. What? In his...
Pants?
Yes, his pants.
Okay, well, forget about the pants for now. No, I don't want to forget about Hifumi's pants. Then I imagine he's not wearing them. Take a look at what the note says. I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet at the equipment room at 6 a.m. Ah, that's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go. Huh? Wait, this one's a little different. In my note, it said, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m. I see. Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got. It's not the same? In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro. And that person could only have been... Hifumi's pets! It was me! With Hifumi's pants! That's right! Hifumi's pants! The killer used this note to draw out Hifumi's pants and murder them. The pants were dead!
Hello, over here. Objection, objection. I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right? So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Huffy.
Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi, right?
Yes. Why must you ruin it every time?
Man, Genocide Jack is seriously scary, but still, I can't let her get to me.
I think she's more hammy than scary, but okay.
She has scissors she could stab you with!
Hobby!
Broken wristwatch, Hifumi's glasses, and the glasses cleaning cloth. Oh boy.
Do we need to use any of them?
Well,
Huffy had a note, right? Then the person who it was intended for must have been Huffy. But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
Alright, I see what to do. Alright.
What's with the spinning things? I thought we stopped with the fidget spinners already.
No, there absolutely is a connection.
What the hell are you talking about?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered. We've already proven that using his wristwatch. But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Which is where Taka was killed. I see.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the note. I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for TikTok Taka.
Well, would you put it like that? No further objections!
And someone used that note to trick Taka just the same as me. Yeah, the culprit really is a cold-blooded monster, telling people they'd found a way out. But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it?
Stuffed down his pants, no less!
Most likely, Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died. Huh? He stole it?
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us.
Proof that Hifumi stole the note from Taka. Yep.
6 minutes for this part? What the hell?
Guys, I don't know. I think I need to take about 5 minutes and 42 seconds to think about it.
But then you'll lose your A rank.
And we'll get less coins.
Okay, I figured it out.
And
Hey.
go back to full heart.
When I searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper. If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from is... I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi. The Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note. Yep, they're from the same piece of paper.
Hifumi had written a note for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped... Sorry, Hifumi had the note written while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note. There's only one way to explain it. I don't know how I got confused.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from his death grip, leaving behind only one small scrap. Did I get all that right? That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Exactly, which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Whoa.
Murder.
Yeah, after seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in the whole thing for sure. In fact, he was behind the whole thing! In fact, he's still alive! Sorry, no. When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead. The The second body discovery announcement proves that.
Hey, what about the
So then, who killed Hifumi?
Whoever did it is the mastermind, the true killer.
He was killed in the repository, so he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
So he must have been killed after Taka's body. Must be killed after Taka's body vanished before we found both bodies in the repository.
You lost your routes for a second, Sakura.
During that time, we'd all split up and went searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together.
Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus!
Who are you calling a walrus? Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too, but there's something that's been bothering me even more.
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
The weapon.
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right? So if Hifumi was killed in the repository, the culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, and put the hammer back where they found it. But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around in that skull of yours after all.
Hell yeah, it's packed and they're good and tight.
That's right, though. I don't understand it either. Monokuma file makes it clear they were killed using similar instruments. But if the hammers were already laying around in those other... So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers? Personally, I haven't a clue.
So which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2? Those were accounted for in other rooms too, and I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
So then what was used to kill Hifumi?
The weapon that was actually used to kill Hifumi. The whole picture surrounding this case won't become clear until we figure that out. Somehow I have to
How
find
about
the
the
truth.
wet hammer?
Yeah, we both know. We all know, rather.
We all know.
Yeah, I don't know why I said both. Yeah,
Am I not
spot.
allowed to know?
No, Rhino, you don't know. Rhino.
Oh, was it Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer 4? Well, whatever it was. There's one thing we have to figure out. How the culprit was able to move around so freely with the weapon. How did nobody witness them carrying it?
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance. Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info.
Well, one thing seems pretty clear. The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice Hammers. And, that's about it.
Well, what spot do you think it goes towards?
I don't know. We're gonna find out. So I'm gonna go through that again. Let's see.
What was used to kill Hifumi?
Nope, okay.
Nope. I think it's the last one. Or the last one, the Justice Hammer 5. Or no, not Justice Hammer 5. The second to last one.
This?
No. The one from him.
There we go.
Sorry for making us lose a heart.
That's fine. The murder weapon wasn't a Justice Hammer at all. No, it was something completely different. But seriously, a different weapon? Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean. Huh? And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off. I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones, and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma's file's note about the wounds being similar. So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
And whoever did that is the true killer, the one Hifumi was working with, and the one who betrayed him.
Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him. The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone if they carry out a murder. So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
We did talk about how there wouldn't be any reason for anyone to work together. At least, that's what we thought at first, but... Spotless hammer again?
We're going to have to copy.
Probably. Rhino!
Even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this. That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders. I barely made that.
Yeah, I noticed.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize it was me.
So it's...
Okay, so copy that one.
Okay, it's the other way around.
Yep. Now we're down to 5. Ooh. Why is Jack laughing?
Why is what?
Jack was laughing.
I don't know. He's always laughing.
Yeah! No.
Since there were two murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
What do you mean?
If there had only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
The payoff for working together, the reward that balances out the risk. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit. However, if there were some particular murder or mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
You're saying that two people could act as each other's accomplices to commit two separate murders.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime. And based on the cases, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder, so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating two separate incidents. And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies, by creating one seamless set of circumstances that made it look like one person was behind it all.
Mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan. Then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed off their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
That's just awful! How could anyone be so cruel?
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
The effort made to convince us the two murders were the same. That was the main characteristic this time. Kyoko must have noticed that fact from the very beginning, which is why she said not to look at this as a series of connected events, but entirely separate incidents. Kyoko really is amazing, although, when you think about it, she's almost too amazing. Like, it's almost unnatural how good she is at this.
I understand no accomplice could be involved, but then who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
That's problem numero uno right now.
The true killer
I also
manipulated
number one.
Hifumi to carry out a number of actions and in the end, murdered him. And the debates up till now, the way the case has been unfolded, when you consider all that, there's really only one person who seems to fit. Me!
Wait, are all the people are all the dead pictures put at different heights?
They're generally about how tall the person was, I think.
Yeah. So it's Celeste, right?
Pretty sure.
I think, yeah.
I shoot Celeste.
I like how I called that shit.
Whoosh! Boom, boom.